Hello everyone and welcome to my Season 10 PTR recap. I'm going to go through all of the guides that I'm covering for max roll, so Death Trap, Dance of Knives, Shadow Step, and Twisting Blades, and talk a little bit about how they've changed for Season 10 and what I'm sort of expecting for each and all of those builds. Starting with Death Trap, the big change is that Aftermath has been redesigned, so now we need to have other ways to get energy back after every cast. This is kind of problematic because that means we get less cooldown reduction than we had before, which also means that the gearing for this to be very spammy like the Season 9 version to be more difficult than before. There are ways of getting around this, such as equipping Shaco and other means, but the main difference for Season 10 is that you basically either need to go 225 energy like we did a couple of seasons ago, or you need to go pretty heavy on cooldown reduction on the items that you have it on still. This is not a problem overall. You basically drop Starless Skies and the build plays exactly like normal, like you see on screen. The top end for Death Trap is probably roughly where it was last season, maybe a little bit higher. It's also once again basically immortal, so it's actually kind of chilling. If you want to have a version of this that is easier to set up and play, then you can go the Shaco variant, and you're basically gonna have all the cooldown reduction you need and all of the max resource you need right away. Until then, it's kinda rough to gear, if I'm gonna be completely honest, and you're basically gonna have to run some sort of a rotation where you can't spam Death Trap all the time. But getting to the state of Season 9 where it's spammable is achievable still. Dance of Knives is actually the one that surprised me the most, because we have swapped from playing Preparation and Shadow Clone to going full on Poison Trap synergies, and it plays way smoother than the Preparation build ever played, and it does way more damage. I cleared Pit 100 as the top end, and it was a super smooth experience the whole way through. If you want to play a more fresh build that doesn't quite feel like the other builds you played in Season 9, I would recommend playing this for sure. A build that actually didn't get changed a lot this season is Twisting Blades. You basically play the exact same items that you did for pushing in Season 9, but you basically now have Fist of Fate on your boots instead. You really want Fist of Fates on boots because you can get Twisting Blade ranks on your gloves, but it's pretty much the same as it was last season. Do note that it will be a little bit random this time around, because we'll play with a chaos power called chaotic cooldowns, which basically means every time you cast a skill with a cooldown, it will set it between a 2-second cooldown and its base cooldown. So your poison imbuement should always reset fast enough, but sometimes you might have a little bit of an overlap. Although it does look pretty solid, it does seem like it will be worse than Death Trap, because we lost a ramping damage gem from Season 9. One build that actually got buffed a decent amount and played pretty smoothly on the PTR was Shadow Step. The Ashurath variation is nerfed by roughly 3.5 times damage, meaning it's about 7 pit tiers weaker, but the normal variation actually plays way better now, because you have more ways of amplifying your damage. You can also go something like Fist of Fates on your helmet to get a little bit more damage compared to Air of Perdition if you can solve crit chance in other ways. Overall, this basically plays like last season, you just do a little bit more damage. Apart from Dance of Knives, the builds I'm covering hasn't changed a lot with the new seasonal powers in Season 10, but that doesn't make it any less exciting. These builds are now going to accelerate way faster with the Chaos Uniques, so it will be interesting to see how you guys are solving the puzzles around Chaos Uniques that you get while you're playing the game. But if you are looking for the build to play, at least from my perspective, it would probably be Rain of Arrows. Make sure you head over to Dioxide's guide over at Max Roll when that is updated for Season 10, or the Dance of Knife build that I'm covering. I will release updated build guide videos for all of the guides that I'm covering, as well as updating the guides the second that we get the updated patch notes just before the season is launched. Until then, enjoy the footage of the builds in action, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.